All right, so quick trade breakdown, quick trade breakdown. So I took two positions on my actual live account today, and then I also took a position, the same, pretty much the exact same trade on my funded account as well. But I just want to break down why I took that trade, and why it was such a W, just piecing everything together. So starting off with the 4 hour, we can see like that there's no momentum and or news that like I feel is personally gonna push the market up. So my bias has, started off with all, with my bias already started off with the market going to the downside. Now I try not to have a bias, but I also try to keep in mind like, all right, what are we seeing? So previously, actually yesterday, and I sent this in my Discord as well, I said that it looked like, that price could be potentially forming a head and shoulders pattern. So I was also looking out for that as well. But just going back to everything that I saw that, put me in this trade. And honestly, I'm a little mad at myself because I put so many pieces together as to why I wanted to be in this trade. And I didn't put the, accurate amount of risk that I should have put because I knew like I had a really good feeling that this was an A plus, high probability trade. But nevertheless, we won a trade, thank God. So starting off on the 4 hour time frame, the first thing that I saw is that we are below the 50 moving average. And we were playing around with the 200 moving average, but some of these candles were closing below the 200 moving average. So I'm like, all right, bears are strong. Bears are really strong. Even if I turn on the VWAP, we were breaking below the VWAP as well. So that was just on the 4 hour. So really all I did was just pull out my fibs and I went from, the most recent swing high to the swing low, right? On a 4 hour. And I'm like, okay. And then if I go back a little bit, just so you guys can kind of see, what I saw leading up to this. Actually, I'm gonna wait till I go down to the 1 hour. So then, I just pull out the fields. I got the fields on the 4 hour. All right. And I just moved it from the swing high to the swing low. And then that's where I went. And then I went to the 1 hour time frame and broke it down even more. So if we go to when I entered this trade, I entered this trade in the pre-market, but it was like around 6:30, 7 o'clock around there. I was at the gym. So if I put it in replay mode, I saw that we had pulled back already to not only just our key level, but our key level, it's just funny, but our key level lined up with the 50%, retracement mark, or regardless, we were in like that golden. Now I'm not too big on Fibonacci, but sometimes when it hit, it hit. Like when Fibonacci hit, like it hits. So, we was in that golden ratio area. And like I said, I'm not too big on Fibonacci, but I do pull it out and I use it from time to time. So, all right, I see that we're in this area. I see a doji, right? I see weakness. I see dojis. I'm like, that's odd. And then the very next candle that printed was a bullish engulfing candle. Now down on the 15-minute time frame, it was also a break of the lows, as you can see right here. We had support forming right there. And then this candle right here broke the lows. So I got in on my initial sell, my initial short right then and there. And TP was further down, and we could have hit that, but I was perfectly fine with a 1-to-1, a little bit over a 1-to-1. Took my money and ran. You know what I'm saying? So we had that break. All right, cool. We're in it. And then I go down to the 5 minute time frame and I just, started to let it play out. So if I press play, all right, and then this pullback happened here. I'm like, all right, this is a pullback. If price comes down again and pushes through here, then I'm expecting it to, at least come down to this level of support down here. So this was my original TP, and then I also my full TP was all the way down to these key levels, somewhere in this area down here. So, but TP1 was definitely just down here to support. And then if I press play, I actually had a pending order, a stop limit right here. So whenever the market pushed down into this, it was just gonna automatically put me in the trade. So if I press play and just let it go, boom, as you guys can see, like that trade absolutely smacked. All right, now it was a lot of up and down. Like before this huge bearish candle, there was a lot of up and down, a lot of wiggling going on, and it didn't look too hot at first with this doji right here on the candle on market open. but I held strong. It came down and actually tapped me in the trade and then started to do this dance all the way back up. I trusted my analysis. I had my stop loss where I needed my stop loss to be. And I said, all right, bet, we just gonna let it play out. Now I don't like getting into trades before market open, but today I was a little, you know what I'm saying? Today I was like, you know what, let's risk it. So then as you can see, the very next candle absolutely tanked. And then this next candle, once I saw it do this little dance right here, and like when it started to push back down to this support level, and then I started this bull candle start to form, I just closed my trades and took my profit. And then if we do let this trade play out, as you can see, now the thing is, once this trade pushed down all the way down here into profit, I moved both of my stop losses into something happened. All right. I moved both of my stop losses into to break even, right? I moved my stop loss here to break even. And then I closed this second position. I closed that trade. Like that was an easy 1-on-1. Closed that trade, boom. But the second position, I mean the original position, I had put the stop loss at break even. So once I started to see this candle respect this support level, I said I want no parts. I said my bias was still that we are going to push all the way to the downside, but I didn't want to be a part of the pullback. I didn't want to be a part of that rodeo. So I just closed my trade, took my profits, and then went on for the day. And as you can see, there was a huge pullback back up until my entry. So it would have took me out at break even had I held, and then then I would have had to look for another opportunity, another trade opportunity, and I just didn't want to be a part of that dance. But overall price started to dump all the way down to our original take profit levels. So yeah, pretty easy setup, man. Pretty easy, simple setup, beautiful setup, and we made money last day of the year. That's just I don't know. I just feel like that's a good sign for 2025. Hopefully, you all made money with this very, very simple strategy. It's the same thing that I look for each and every time I'm in the markets. Very simple break of the lows. Very, very simple break of the lows. In case you didn't understand, I enter on the 15-minute time frame. Let me back up. Let me delete all of this nonsense. Let me delete all the nonsense just so you know exactly why I got into this trade. Very, very simple break of the low. As you can see, we had support right here in this area. Matter of fact, the 5-minute will do you more justice. As you can see, we had support right here, right here, right here. Like it respected it multiple times, multiple times. But then as you can see, we started to form, higher highs, higher lows, and then we broke that structure. I'm like, all right, simple break of the lows. All right. We don't have any volume pushing to the upside. I was very confident in this trade, which is why I do, somewhat wish that I would have risked a little bit more. But we got in here. Stop loss was above the highs. And then we took it all the way down to the next key level of support, which was down here in this area. Very simple, very easy, guys. Very, very simple, very easy. All right. So hopefully you all make money today. If you didn't, hopefully this video will help you for next time. I'll catch you in the next one.